Hello students, through this video I am going to explain you the lesson The Beggar written by Anton Chekhov. The Beggar is a story about a man called Chekhov who was turned out of the Russian choir for drunkenness. He took to lying and begging, but suddenly by the touch of fate he met someone who changed his life completely. Who was this person who brought such changes in his life? Let us read the story and understand. Before starting the story, let us know about its writer. Anton Chekhov was born in the year 1860 in Russia and died in the year 1904 in Germany. He was a famous Russian short story writer and dramatist. He began writing short stories during his days as a medical student at the University of Moscow. After graduating in 1884 with a degree in medicine, he began to freelance as a journalist and writer of comic sketches. Early in his career, he mastered the form of the one-act play and produced several masterpieces of this genre, including The Bear in 1888. Tolstoy was, however, a great admirer of his short stories. He was the earliest to use the stream of consciousness technique in his works. Today, he is remembered as one of the masters of the short story. This story revolves between the three characters, the narrator, Skvortsov, who is a lawyer by profession, Olga, the maid-servant in the lawyer's house, and Chekhov, the beggar. The story begins with the narrator's exposition about how he met a strange beggar. One day, a beggar approached him and asked for help. The beggar said that he was a schoolmaster and needed some help as he had no money for his journey. He said that he was out of service for a year and now he had been offered a post in the Kaluga province, but he had no fare to travel. The narrator, Skvortsov, a lawyer by profession at Petersburg, was filled with doubt because he had seen that man somewhere before. So he scolded him for begging in the name of his schoolmaster and threatened him to hand him over to the police. Then the beggar exposed himself and said that once he was a musician in the Russian choir, but he was turned out for drunkenness. Now he was workless. So the narrator offered him help if he agreed to work. The beggar agreed. The narrator assigned him the job of wood chopping. He asked his maid Olga to take work for him. Olga was a lady of cross behavior. She offered an axe to the beggar. But seeing the expression on his face, she scolded him. The beggar put a billet of wood between his feet. Then he struck it feebly with his axe. The billet fell down. Meanwhile, Skvortsov went away. He had set a drunken and spoiled man at work in the cold. He began to feel sorry for it. Skvortsov found work for the beggar. The beggar would cut the wood on the first of every month. He would also shovel snow. He would beat dust out of the rugs and mattresses. He would put the woodshed in order. Skvortsov moved into another house. The beggar packed and carried the furniture. Chekhov, the beggar, was now offered other employment. Skvortsov asked him to go to his friend. There he would be given some copying work as he could write. Skvortsov was happy as he had put a man on the right path. 2 years went by. One evening, Skvortsov was standing at a ticket window of a theatre. He was paying for his seat. He saw a little man beside him. That man wore a curly fur and a worn sealskin cap. Skvortsov recognized him. He asked him how he was. Chekhov told Skvortsov that he was a notary then. He was paid 35 rubles a month. Skvortsov was very pleased to hear him. Chekhov thanked Skvortsov for what he had done for him. He told Skvortsov that if he had not helped him, he would have still been telling lies. He thanked Skvortsov and Olga the cook. He told Skvortsov that Olga had actually saved him. He also told the narrator that Olga would rebuke him. Then she would sit opposite to him and weep. She would call him by various names. She would grow sad also. Then she would chop the wood for him. He amazed Skvortsov by saying that he didn't chop a single stick of wood for him. Due to Olga's actions, there came a change in his heart. He was set right by Olga and he won't forget her. He told Skvortsov that it was time for the bell and he departed to the gallery. This lesson, The Beggar, has a beautiful message. It is that one can make one's life a happy journey through work only. It is true that work is very important in making one's life a happy journey. We must not feel shy for doing any work as against begging. because begging takes one to nowhere. With this explanation, we have come to the end of this lesson.